wonderful people. Hello, hello. Welcome to Crime Queen Tarot for Self Love. So here I am on this relatively new, this is my second month of doing tarots. And of course, when I say second month of doing tarot, online. Okay. So of course I call it messing around with tarot because of the inhibitions that I had around my beliefs or imposed beliefs. But now I have gone through my own metamorphosis and now I'm a butterfly flying with tarot for self love. Okay, so thank you for joining me. And I just like to really give a little background about myself, of course. Um, yes, I suppose I really don't want to make this too long, but I'm hoping you'll join me again and then you could have more info about me. So I have got another YouTube channel where I did numerology. And of course, that was very exciting because it was all around self-love, actualizing self-love. It really derived from my own journey, my metamorphosis, as I put it, of publishing two books, which are titled The Crimson Light and subtitled A Bridge to Actualizing Self-Love by Crime Queen, of course, and getting onto the bridge of actualizing self-love. I just had to say the whole thing, really, because it's really, I didn't want to compromise anything. So again, I do everything intuitively. I'd like to think it's everything intuitively. Some things that I don't get what seem like right, but along the way, it proves to be the right because it shows me or it reveals the path that I have been on. So this is why I call this tarot for self-love because I feel that everything on these readings are directives to really growing and becoming better versions of ourselves. Okay, I hope you like my new specs, by the way. That's if you have watched me before. So, of course, my black specs, which I really do love, are really for the site. And I feel for doing tarot, I do need something that I could also have nearsightedness to perfection. Okay, so I have done my readings. Of course, I've done readings for now. How is that? Okay, all right. So I'm getting a notification here, and I was hoping that in fact, I remembered that I really should turn off my notifications. But I'm going to continue this reading. Hopefully, there is no more, and if there is, I'm going to scrap it and just start again. So I'm going to do a reading for the sign of Sagittarius, and Sagittarius, of course, the fire sign. And I'm going to call on the feminine or the divine feminine to really guide us um, in this reading to get the right nurturance. I call on the divine feminine because I believe that right now we all at this state or stage where we could really do with, it's like being with mother. Mother sees to our needs. She hears our cries. She understands our pleas, our plights, our concerns, and so she can remedy us to whatever extent is necessary. And here's why I'm calling on the divine feminine to be present in these readings to really guide us and, of course, have the right interpretation. I have prepared myself or committed myself to being the vessel or conduit for that revelation or interpretation to really bring out the messages. And this is something I'm truly grateful and thankful for. So we are, as we have called divine intervention, and I like to call past, present, and future, meaning it's just oneness into these readings and present, well, the goddess, which is Aphrodite, the goddess Aphrodite is really wanting to be realized for her attributes in our lives. So there we go. Of course, there we have Aphrodite. So it's the inner goddess within us, which is in line with what I have just said. It's really that nurturing, the feminine, the mother, the feminine or nurturing. And when I say that, I don't mean this in a external sense, is what nurtures us. It's we all have been birthed through or most of us, I'm not talking about artificial insemination or even if it will, but then there's that breast that we get the comfort from. And so this is where this inner goddess is guiding us and ready to nurture us. And or this is so much better that I don't have to take off my glasses to read. Yes. So it's awaken the goddess within you through dance, self-care, and appreciation, and appreciating your divinity. I think this is so wonderful and it's a beautiful card. It's the Oracle card by Doran Virtue. So awaken the goddess within you through dance. Now, I feel dance, of course, is one way of really um, it's really igniting that vibration that is necessary to really helping us know, recognize the divine or the divinity within us so beautifully. Okay, so I'm going to try an attempt to see. Oh, I was hoping that you could see the cards. So I'm going to tilt the camera slightly and hopefully, well, it doesn't look like it's going to happen, but I will show you the cards. Okay. And I'm going to begin with the right away. So I feel that this came for on the bottom of the deck. It might have been for another fire sign. Okay, so we'll see. Yeah, so the reading is for, wow, these are beautiful. It's like more than ever, there is a uniformity or unity happening amongst people or in the zodiac signs. It's like the mother or the divine feminine is really trying to help us recognize that we are all one. So this card through the readings have flown or transpired through the readings. I think this is about the fourth time. Likewise was the Empress and another couple cards have really showed present themselves. So this is a card. It's the card of transformation. For me, this is the card of transformation. This is the card of healing. This is the card of the divine feminine reflecting her care back to us. It's like looking into the waters and really seeing your reflection and seeing your truth, seeing your makeup. It gives you an idea of where you come from. It gives you that picture. For instance, when of course, if you looked at your parents or your siblings or whoever it is, the water is the mirror. It mirrors back to us who we are or what we are experiencing. Of course, it means emotions. Now, if clear about this, the star is actually Aquarius, which is an air sign. But we can see that we are dealing with water and air and light or fire. This is like almost like a card of completion because you are stripping yourself or you have stripped yourself out of all that no longer serves you, and now you are ready to face your truth. This is to me a card saying that you are ready to um, face your truth. Not only that, you're also ready to set a new template. You may see that I've got this word set, which has more meaning to it. Later on in my readings, I may reveal those secrets. Okay, But basically, this is like you're ready to set the template, and that's why you're looking in the mirror to see what is about to happen or what it is you want to actually orchestrate for your life. So, yes, Sagittarius, wow, cards are really wanting to come out. And we have the freedom card. I call it the freedom card or the fool card. It's where you will feeling so free that you doing things that may seem crazy, or you have just decided to chuck in your job. In fact, I do know of Aries fire sign who it's who's in fact someone just told me that they just left their job, and so there's a sense of freedom, but you also get an offer, or you will have an offer, and there you are also monitoring your finance. But I'm going to go with past, present, and future with all these cards flying off the handles. Okay. And so, in your past, your recent past is the sun. Perhaps you have just come from a vacation in a sunny place, or, of course, being a fire sign, you have again there's the sun is stripped, is a baby, so you have stripped your clothes. It's like you have been too hot, the temperature has been too hot. In fact, this reminds me of last month's reading where there was lots of fire around, lots of road, and I recall saying be careful, because I just felt that it really meant literal fires. It'd be interesting to hear your views on that, Sagittarius, if you really had any near, well, any mishaps around fire or so on, or how these resonate with you. Not to really go into too much in the negative aspect of it, but really to get an indication that these will they resonate or they didn't. Okay. Here we have again, there may have been so much fire that something got burnt, or you felt burnt in an argument or a discussion or something, and you have had to count your losses and done, so to speak. But of course, there are two cups. Maybe you're going to have to make a decision about two jobs or two relationships or two homes or something to that effect. And in your future, of course, we have what I call, of course, I say where your ship is coming in. Your ships are coming in, not just one, several are coming in, but you ordered those goods and now you are full of anticipation, ready to examine your goods and see have they have they really arrived in the way that I expected them to? Are they intact? But you know that they have potential because, hey, you have the Three of Rods. You are going to perhaps have to decide again. There were two well, one to your left, one to your right, and one to the rear, meaning you have got like a safety net, or you are thinking about having a safety net. Okay, now, do recall I have just mentioned the freedom that you have decided to explore or be adventurous. You are now ready to perhaps take a job or something that entails traveling. And here we have the full card again is presented itself here. Of course, it may well be that you have stripped yourself out of everything here. You have gone through a metamorphosis, and this is what I'm hearing again. That you have gone through a change, a major change, and now you have clothed yourself with new clothes, new, it's almost scriptural, like new skin. Do you put new wine in old skin? No, you actually have been renewed and you've got new clothes. You put on these new clothes and you are ready to actually show off a little. Um, Of course, things have not turned out. Presently, you are feeling that things have not turned out altogether as you had anticipated. Some things have just turned a little bit sour, but however, it was necessary to get your attention towards your where you need to focus on the goods that you had ordered. Okay. This also is major change, of course, number five. And we have three, which is that of communication and being very creative. Now, I'm going to keep my readings a little bit short because, or intending to. So let's move on to the other oracle cards by Colette Baron Reed. So I'm just going to pull one card and see what the message is here. Okay. So, Colette Baron Reed, we have the Earth Fairy. So, of course, physical health, grounding, and foundation. And the number is 27. 2 plus 7 is 9. And this is what I mean about being renewed. So, 9 for me is beginning. Some may say it's ending, but it's the beginning of a new life. The word beginning in itself in numerology is 9. And this is like coming out of the birth canal, of course. So you are ending one cycle and you are moving into a new cycle. And there, of course, this card, this fairy is really telling us rightly that it is important that we get grounded. So be grounded, and of course with that attitude of grounding, you'll be able to be as creative, make the right decisions, feel confident enough to explore your new world. Okay. um I'm also going to have one of the cards from, oh, I'm trying to remember. Well, it's from the Illuminati deck, and I'm trying to, it's Drummond. There are two people who work on this deck. I really do love this deck, and it doesn't, the readings are all up different, or the cards, some of the cards, not all of the cards, but a lot of the cards have different meanings, meaning like the lover's card would signify or represent Taurus. Okay, just for example. Okay, so and so on. It's like one card back. And also when it comes to the justice and strength card, I believe that they are swapped over. So this is different, but I'm going intuitively with this reading here for you, Sagittarius. Okay. So again, we have Ace of Swords. You have faced your truth. Ace of Swords is that new idea, newness, again, which complements the Fool who's on his new journey with his new idea, a new project or a new beginning, which we have covered. I'm also going to have one more card on the middle card, which is your present. And in fact, your present and your future, which is the Three of Rods. We have the Three of Rods. So I'll just hold these cards up so you can see. This is, oh, okay, however you may read it. Let's just, so this is your past, your present, and your future, which is 3. Okay. And all these numbers together, of course, 21 is 3, 3 plus 3 is 6, 6 plus 5 is 11. 11, of course, is 2. And now you are, of course, with your new life or your new um, project or whatever it is, you are being partnered into this newness, of course, with 2. And, of course, means harmony, relationship, partnership, and so on. So I'm going to put a card to really show us how these are marrying. And oh, well, I do the readings intuitively. So, of course, I didn't mention having a card on this five, and of course, to see how what is going to be like that transition into your ship coming in. So, basically, this 10 of, not the 10, I don't know why I was going to say the 10 of rods. It may, it carries that element as well because it's a load or burden, which um, which is very complementary to this five of cups. And so we see that we have the tower, meaning that there is an event or something that takes place that really forces you into this direction. So I'll just ask what advice is here for you, Sagittarius. The advice for Sagittarius. The advice for Sagittarius. Okay. Sagittarius. Okay. Oh, wonderful. So it's the card of, because Sagittarius represents Jupiter, which is expansion. And of course, so we have the card of marriage. So perhaps some people, this is reflecting another, I think it was Libra or Scorpio, but, but perhaps you will be getting a divorce or separation and you are intending to travel or someone's traveling towards you to get married or to be married or to be in union with you. This card, of course, is also a card of celebration. It's a card of denoting foundation or stability because it's number four. And of course, 4 plus 2, which I've just counted, is six. And six is would be of love. This is the goddess Venus. So we are really talking about love and humility here. And so I'm feeling that this is really, it has presented itself here. And I love the idea that it's bright yellow as well, which is, of course, so you've got two fire cards, well, three, we could say. And this is really denoting that I am also getting the feeling that perhaps well, again, it's fire going from last month, that you may have had to make some major changes in your life through an unfortunate event that gives the feeling of fire. It's hot. It's got you thinking or sweating or really wondering, where should I turn? What can I do? So I would like to leave you with something. Um, of course, I feel that the reading is